Dear students, in this class, let us study lysosomes. Lysosomes were discovered by D. Dewey. Lysosomes are commonly known as suicidal bag of a cell. They are commonly known as suicidal bags of a cell because when they broken digest the cell, it leads to death of the cell. Hence, these organelles are known as suicidal bags of a cell. If we examine the lysosomes, refer the diagram. In your textbook, the diagram is not given, but here we have given the diagram for your reference. Okay. The lysosomes are spherical shaped bodies. These are surrounded by single membrane. You have studied the other cell organelles. For example, mitochondria, chloroplast. These are the cell organelles surrounded by double-layered membrane. You can recall. But lysosomes are surrounded by only one membrane made up of glycoproteins. Inside the membrane, it contains digestive enzymes. Many digestive or hydrolyzing enzymes are present. When they are released into the cell, they hydrolyze the cell, the membranes of the other cell organelles, leads to death of the cell. The lysosomes are commonly found in animal cells, but they are also present in the plant cell. As I already told you, they are rich in hydrolytic enzymes. The enzymes like acid phosphatase, acid ribonuclease, deoxyribonucleases, that is hydrolases, lipases, proteases are present within the membrane. They are acidic in nature. That is they also contain what is known as acid ribonuclease, which can digest the RNA molecule. The acid ribonuclease, which can digest the DNA molecule. The enzymes digest the proteins, that is, the proteases. Lipases digest the lipid molecules. Depending upon their function, lysosomes are classified into different types, like primary lysosome, secondary lysosome, residual bodies, autophagic vacuoles. But the classification of lysosomes is not given in our NCERT text. But it is better to know. Okay. Very important, lysosomes are single membrane bound organelles, commonly known as suicidal bag of a cell. Next, function of lysosome. Lysosome helps in intracellular digestion of protein, lipids, etc. They also help in digestion of certain parts in pathological conditions. Okay, that's all about lysosome. See the diagram of lysosome. See the membrane. There is only one membrane is there. Its shape is spherical in shape. Next to the membrane, we come across many different types of hydrolytic enzymes. As I already discussed, proteases, lipases, acid ribonucleases, etc. You can see the different types of enzymes. Okay, that's all about lysosome. Okay. Now, next we shall see the vacuoles. Vacuoles. There is no diagram for the vacuole. Okay. The vacuoles are present in the plant cell, and they are also present in the animal cell. Then, what is the difference between plant cells and animal vacuoles? If we examine carefully the ultrastructure of the plant cell, you come across very big vacuoles. See the diagram of ultrastructure of plant cell. Vacuoles are bigger. But the vacuoles of animal cell are smaller. There is one difference. Each vacuole is surrounded by membrane. A single layered membrane, tonoplast. What is tonoplast? The vacuolar membrane is called tonoplast. Very important for 1 mark. In the plant cell, vacuole occupies about 90% of the total volume. It means they are very big. Inside the vacuolar membrane, what is present? It contains vacuolar sap. Sometimes we call cell sap. So vacuole inside contains vacuolar sap or cell sap. What it contains? It contains mainly the water, sap. It contains many excretory products which are not useful to the plant body. Also contains many organic and inorganic substances, even sometimes enzymes. Also contains some pigments, very important points for NEET or CET examination. Because of these pigments, the fruits and flowers are colored. Anthocyanin pigment is present. Okay. In amoeba, contractile vacuole is present. Amoeba, as you know, a single-celled animal which contain contractile vacuole. It's very important, but because it takes part in excretion. Amoeba also contains food vacuoles. How the food vacuoles are formed? Food vacuoles are formed by engulfing the food. We come across in some protists, mainly the amoeba. So that's all about vacuole. Okay. So We have seen the vacuole. We have seen the lysosome. Okay. Next, we shall see the another cell organelle, that is mitochondria. Very important for the examination. Mitochondria, plural, mitochondrion, singular. What we are going to observe today is the ultrastructure of mitochondrion. Mitochondria are commonly known as powerhouses of a cell. Why we call powerhouses of a cell? Because the energy molecule ATP synthesized in the mitochondria. Hence, sometimes we also call them as energy currencies of a cell. Mitochondria were discovered by Kolliker. Okay. Next, see the diagram of mitochondria. Each mitochondrion is bounded by double-layered membrane. You can see now. You carefully examine the outer membrane, outer layer. You can also see the inner membrane labeling. Two membranes are there. Inside the membrane, you can see some greenish part in the diagram. That is nothing but the granular matrix. Matrix is there. Then you can see carefully or examine carefully the inner membrane formed finger-like structures, you see, called cristae. Okay. That is the diagram of mitochondria. Now let us see the explanation of mitochondria. I already told you the mitochondria are commonly known as powerhouses of a cell. Okay. What is the size of mitochondria and the shape of the mitochondria? The size and the shape also varies. The size of the mitochondrion varies. The length measures about 1 microns to 4 microns. The diameter from 2 microns to 1 micron. The size of mitochondria varies. What about the shape? The shape also varies. Normally or generally, mitochondria occur as rod-shaped bodies. But sometimes they occur as spherical-shaped structures or even saucer-shaped bodies. That is, the size and shape vary. What about the number of mitochondria? The number also varies in different cells. Say, the mitochondria which are involved are metabolically active active, contain more mitochondria. Okay. For example, liver cells, 100 to 1600 or percent. Okay. Next, very important, ultrastructure or structure. Refer the diagram. Each mitochondrion is surrounded by double-layered membrane. The outer membrane and the inner membrane. The space present between these two membranes is called outer space. Sometimes we call as outer chamber. Okay. The space present inside the inner membrane is called inner space or inner chamber. Look here now. The inner chamber contains granular substance called the matrix. The matrix is very important because in this matrix, all the enzymes necessary for the citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle present. Hence, the reactions of Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondrial matrix. A very important point for NEET or CET examination. Okay. Next. If you examine carefully the inner membrane, the outer membrane is a continuous membrane, whereas the inner membrane here and there projected inwards. You can see projections. Projected towards inner chamber and forms finger-like structures called cristae. What are cristae? Cristae are nothing but finger-like projections of inner membrane of mitochondria. The cristae are very important. On these cristae, small, dense particles are present. These are called elementary or Racker's particles. The elementary particles are very important because the electron transport system of respiration, that is aerobic respiration, takes place in these elementary particles, and even the synthesis of ATP. Okay. Elementary particles or Racker particles are very important for NEET or CET examination. Okay. Next. The mitochondrial matrix inside contain a circular DNA that is primitive DNA. Also contains ribosomes, some carbohydrates, many inorganic salts like magnesium, calcium, enzymes of Krebs cycle, coenzymes, etc. Function. The final oxidation process takes place in the mitochondria. Respiratory reactions like Krebs cycle, electron transport of aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria. Okay, that's all about mitochondria. Okay, I think you understood clearly. Okay, thank you.